Family is the most important thing we have.
It's about time we stand up for the kids.
Hey there, folks. I'm just your average Joe from the Big Apple, you know? It's about this thing called CPS, Child Protective Services. Now, don't get me wrong, they're supposed to be the good guys, right? But what if I told you that sometimes they might be overstepping their bounds? Let me paint you a picture. Imagine a happy family, just like yours maybe. They're sitting down for dinner when suddenly, knock knock, CPS is at the door. Now here's where things get tricky. Did you know that without a warrant, they can't just barge in and take your kids? And it doesn't stop there, folks. There's a whole list of constitutional rights that might be getting trampled on, like the right to due process, or the right to parent your children without government interference. Pretty important stuff, huh? Now, I'm not saying CPS is all bad. They do important work. But when they overstep, it can tear families apart. And let me tell you, it happens more often than you'd think. Families across America are facing this every day. It's not just about one or two cases. We're talking about a systemic issue that needs addressing. So what can we do? Well, for starters, we gotta educate ourselves. Know your rights, folks. And if you see something that doesn't seem right, speak up. We're all in this together after all. It's time we start asking the tough questions. How can we ensure CPS is held accountable? What checks and balances are in place, and are they really working? Remember, it's about protecting our kids and our rights. We can do both, can't we? So let's work together to make the system better. This is your average Joe from New York signing off. Stay savvy, America.
It's back called the Ready. We live in a time where we question our frame when they ask us what our rights are. They say, yeah, don't need them. What a mistake that is to say. We live in a land we ought to be free. It's not seeming that's how it is shaping to be. The Constitution is supposed to guide us. Our government is taking it away and trying to deprive us. Our kids are taken every day by CPS agents looking for prey. They don't give a damn about the Constitution. We have found the one and only solution. There's a couple of people you should know. Tiff and the Punisher is their show. They wanna stop CPS from stealing our kids, fighting beside us and trying to guide us. Tiff has a heart of gold. She blasts these caseworkers when they are wrong. She beats them down with her knowledge, better than the kids who are in college. The Punisher is abolished all the way. He's been here for years, they took his daughter away. He came from the darkness he was in. Now it's time to make parenting great again.
Together, they making a commotion, telling all the parents use the Constitution potion. You have rights, did you know? Learn to use them on Tiff and Punisher show.
We all admit the times are hard. No little children in the front yard. Tiff and Punisher are fighting so hard. They are waging war, on their side is God. They don't stop if they get in trouble. They are fighting for the children, double trouble. The strength they need, they get from each other. They have each other's back like sister and brother.
They are Tiff and the Punisher, saving the families from corruption. They want you to join their movement, no repercussion. You need to learn the thing called the Constitution. Inside that document is our solution.
CPS, we have your number. We are coming for you, hear our thunder. Your fate is sealed, have a nice day.
You won't break another family. No more trauma for kids, that's like blasphemy. Keep your thoughts to your own ideals. Soon enough you'll be clicking your heels,
because you need to go to jail. All of us fathers will be chugging down an ale. The mothers will squeeze their young ones tight, as CPS workers are locked down for the night.
they had a choice they didn't make. Now they spend their days in crates and know it's wrong to kidnap. So from all of us, this is your payback.
There's a couple of people you should know. Tiff and the Punisher is their show. They wanna stop CPS from stealing our kids, fighting beside us and trying to guide us. Tiff has a heart of gold. She blasts these caseworkers when they are wrong. She beats them down with her knowledge, better than the kids who are in college. The Punisher is abolished all the way. He's been here for years, they took his daughter away. He came from the darkness he was in. Now it's time to make parenting great again.
Together, they making a commotion, telling all the parents use the Constitution potion. You have rights, did you know? Learn to use them on Tiff and Punisher show. That's all we need to get pick the parts that pertain to your case. Show them the results and spit in their face. We are Tiff and the Punisher, fighting together.
They are taking our kids every day. A child a minute, no one has a thing to say. For those who have been isolated, don't be worried, you have a voice today. So listen up everyone, here is the story. Child Protective Services is real. CPS is what they call it. They want our kids because it fills a lot of people's wallet. We all think it won't be us. We say when they come we will be so tough. It all sounds good when there's no one to take them. But when they come, your voice gets to breaking. Stay calm, step away. CPS ain't taking no one today. We are educated. Stay calm, step away. CPS, you need to leave. I know the tricks up your sleeve. You can't do what you're trying to do. We've done our homework. Don't do a damn thing without a warrant. You no longer will steal our kids this way. Tiff and the Punisher have come for the calling. They are giving us the CPS warning. Their voice is loud and clear. We stop losing our kids this year. Tiff wants to fight the entire planet. She is tired of our kids being taken, God damn it. She's been fighting CPS for 30 years, bringing children home from this disgusting mess. The Punisher is screaming out loud, abolish CPS and tear it down. I want all our kids to come back. Look at all those kids' pictures held up like thin tags. Together we are stronger than we need. We will tear down CPS with high speed. We will do so much being together. Birds of a feather fly together. So watch out CPS, here we come. Picking you one by one. We promise to bring back the family and prosecute the caseworkers unhandily. Give us back the kids you have taken. Tiff and the Punisher sending you all on a vacation. The one with bars in the windows and the only games you play are old Nintendos. Corruption in courts, here we come. We won't stop until it's done. You judges need to learn what you stand for. This is Tiff and the Punisher warrior, and we cry out to all of you out there. We need support for a cause that many don't care. All children are being stolen way too often. So CPS, we plan on doing the stopping. Stop it.
Woo! Fill in the handbasket. All right. You know what? I'm going to be honest. I didn't get anything done that I said I was going to do right there in that 7 minutes. But it was a valiant effort, though. However, Tiff put me up to doing something. I had 7 minutes to complete 2 tasks for her, which none of them I completed. I failed miserably. So I apologize, Tiff, and I'll try my best to do that. I got thrown off because I couldn't find the folders at the beginning of this. So everybody that stood through that wonky opening, I appreciate it. That was very nice of you to stay and show your support. So we appreciate that. We're Tiff and the Punisher. Of course, I'm not Tiff. She's over there. So I got this new monitor, right? And it's nice. It's curved. But like I'm off the screen now, so like I only see half of me. So I was trying to figure that out because nothing's fit right. It's beautiful. I mean, you look good on the screen to me, but I can't see me, so I don't know what's going on with that. But I mean, my microphone's like still wrapped around my leg. Here. I don't even know if it's on. My shirt's crookedly buttoned.
You're just a hot mess tonight.
But I look good doing it. That's what's important. Because you know, that's what's important in advocating. You know, as long as we look good while we're doing it, that's all that matters. The rest of it's all nonsense. You know, who cares what you do? You know? But when you advocate, as long as you look good doing it, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so how's everything in the Tiff world?
It's okay right now. Yeah. It's quiet.
Don't jinx something.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, so we wanted to talk about advocating tonight, and talk about what goes along with it. I'm going to put a link up on my Facebook right now, guys. I'm also going to put one in the chat here. And now look at if you're trying to be some sort of troll or something like that, please don't be an asshole and come in and try to do some bullshit, because that's just ridiculous. We don't have enough time left in our lives to even give a shit about you coming in here and trying to mess with stuff. So honestly, if you're an advocate and you want to come in here and talk with us about what you do and so on and so forth, we'd really appreciate it. That would be great. Get a little interaction from you guys, because I feel like we've not talked with our audience in quite some time. So I feel like that's a good way for us to interact with them, but also to let everybody else know like what it is like to be an advocate, or if you're on the front lines. You don't even have to be an advocate, but you work within the organizations. If you're just a rogue CPS fighter like us, or me, Tiffany and I were just going over if we had our resumes done, and well, I should say her resumes and mine's at the bottom, because hers has this 3.5 pages of amazing accomplishments. Mine says daring boy, aka promiscuous. And that's it. That's my part of the resume. So it's good. It's really nice. Yeah, Louis, I'm doing good, bud. John, how we doing? Um, you know what, Louis? I don't know what you guys are doing too. You know what? Let's just we're going to talk about being an advocate and advocating and what's going on and everything else. But you know what? I'm going to put this link up here. Like I said, don't be an asshole. But you know what? If you got something to say and you want to bring it to the show, this is a link. Don't ruin this chance to happen again. You know, this is like when your parents told you that, you know, here you go. You get this one time. Dr. Death's in the house. You get this one time. If you guys screw this up, we're not going to do this again. So don't ruin it for everybody. So there you go, guys. There's the link right there. Click on that. If you guys want to pop back in the back, there's a thing when you pop in there. I'll see that who it is, or Tiff will see who it is. And if we like how you look, we'll let you in. I'm just kidding. There's going to be a thing that you can see that says private chat to the left of the pictures. If you could if we put your name in that private chat so we can see you and who you are. I'm acting like it's going to be busy. I bet no one even clicks on it. But just in case it is, in case we get a lot of you, and this is obviously live, so if it's tomorrow now, don't click on it. It's not going to work. Things aren't going to happen. So I don't want you getting all pissed off tomorrow and be like, well, fuck, screw them. They're not going to click on me. I'll never watch the show again. This is recorded today. It's Monday at 7:45 p.m. 6:30. Don't forget, Beauties from Ashes is coming on next after the show. Make sure you listen to that, especially if you're parents that need some help with the mental stuff and the physical stuff, because this is for you. It's a good way to just go out and vent. Sharon does an amazing job at making you feel good. So make sure you guys check that out. She's very attentive. And that's really, we joke around about things, but that's really a serious thing, that the mental instability that comes with dealing with CPS. And they compare it to being like a child that's really been kidnapped, ADA does. They compare it as real mental trauma for not only the kids, but the parents. I mean, there's no bigger trauma in your life that you're ever going to have than have your kid or your grandkid or your nephew or niece kidnapped from you or stolen by CPS. And that's real. Like there's no other thing in this world that you will ever even, that I think. And I've pretty much had the whole gamut of children being taken from me and the ways that they can be taken. And so I can honestly say that, like this is one of the toughest, because your child is still out there. Are they looking for you? Are they not looking for you? Like what's going on with them? Are they okay? Are they being loved? Do they get breakfast? Hopefully they're not being bad things happening to them. Do they think about us as parents? Like what goes through their mind? So yeah, we all got screwed up squashes from this. So no shame in that game either, guys. So stand up and don't worry about that stuff. It's not a big deal. We all have the same damn thing. We've all got it.
So can you fix the screen so I can see the comments too? Because I'm like real big over here and you're like a little over here.
Is that really the way it looks?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, I really am off the screen, aren't I?
Yeah, you're just like over there in the corner. There you go.
I thought it was the TV. Wow. Okay. Cool. I just figured now everything's fine. Wow.
So I want to touch on what you said,
Sure.
right? Because a lot of people, when this happens, it happened to me, don't know where to put their anger and their energy. Like you did the right thing, right? By talking about it and coming on and turning that anger and pain and all that into something good, just like I did. And I think if more parents, now trust me, my daughter is 35 and I miss her every day. Okay. Every day. But every time I help somebody, whether we win or lose, right? Because if one wins, we all win. If one loses, we all lose. That's just how it goes. Um, but if people learn how to turn what their experience is with the system into something good, it helps heal the pain, right? Doesn't take it away. It just helps heal because you've been drugged through a system that took everything from you except your dignity. And even then they can take that,
Yeah.
right? That takes everything from you. And trust me, I've been doing this so long, more than half my life.
And that's a lot.
I still have days, right? I still have days where like I can't do this anymore. I just can't. And then I get a phone call. It's like God telling me, "No, you're not. You ain't stopping. Get your ass up
Holds you in the fight.
and get on that phone and help those people." And all advocacy really is you're a voice for the voiceless, right? People that are scared to step up. But we too, as advocates, have to be careful because they retaliate against us too. Like they retaliated against Darren. I can't say they retaliated against me. I think they're scared to retaliate against me because I'm coming full force. I'm not bending and I'm not breaking, and you will not break me. But there's always that chance that an advocate could be targeted, right? We're all targets if we're speaking out against a system that is so corrupt, especially me, because I'm out here in their face and doing rallies and shit. I let it be known. I don't care. When I meet CPS workers, I tell them quick, my name is Tiffany Wise and I advocate against CPS. But yeah, I think if people learn how to turn their pain into something good instead of not helping other parents that they know need help, I think that would take a lot of pain. That's one of the reasons I did the article and I said what I said. For me, advocating is a healing process. My case is over 30 some years old, and I'm still healing from my daughter being adopted.
Yeah, I don't think you'll ever have that. That's never going to be. You'll never be 100 again about that. Your heart will never ever be 100.
No.
You know, just because of what it leaves. I can't speak for if you had reunification or you've seen your kids back again, but I can't imagine that. Okay, so you get that love back, but the fear that you must have, especially if your kid's still a child and you get them back, holy shit, I can't imagine the fear that they're going to come and take your kid again. It's almost like, how do you move on with your life when now you just fear that this is going to happen again? You know, what's the quality of life for you or your kid if you get them back and, you know, you're living under that scared feeling that, you know, CPS is lurking everywhere. You know, like that's no fun. You know, like that's not anything that you want to live by. And, you know, it's unfortunate, but even now you're going to have to start living your life by that, because unless you want to end up on this side of the camera, this is coming for everybody, guys. Unless we can stop this thing, and I've said it for a long time, and we'll say it again. If we can't get this thing done in this presidency, then we're never going to get the shot again. So this is where it's very important for advocates. They need to turn their corners, stop their focusing on their own situations, and they need to redo the dial and put it in the middle. And don't worry so much about what's going on with what their accomplishments are, what they're doing. It needs to be what we're all doing together, and how do we get to zero with all of us and show these people that we really are a massive unit, because there's enough genius in all of us out there that together we could all conglomerate and make them realize that they're not just messing with a bunch of broken deadbeat parents that lost their kids because they suck. Because that's the way we are looked at now and viewed by everybody in America. If you lost your kid to CPS, you're a piece of trash. You obviously deserve to lose your kid. Government doesn't make mistakes. Blah, 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 blah. Go sit down, child abuser. You know, like you are just a terrible. And look, I know this for a fact because I used to be one of those persons that was on that side of the camera. You know, until I lost my kid, I thought that, you know, that's the same thing. Now I see it and I feel like such a piece of shit that I lived 40 years of my life thinking that way about people that lost their kids to CPS. And what a wrong way, or how many more people could I have helped had I paid attention? You know, like maybe this is what is going to happen to me. Maybe if reincarnation is true, I got to come back and go through this again because maybe I didn't need to wait 40 years. Maybe I should have been doing this a long time ago. You know, like you were, I guess, let's say you were fortunate enough, but unfortunate to have to come for that to be your calling, but you were a young age when it happened. You know, so you've been advocating more time than you have not been advocating or living, really. You know,
Right.
so like if you go up and stand in front of God, he's going to be like, Tiff, you were in there. Darren, what is this? You're under Tiff in a resume again. Like I will never be able to catch up with you. I don't even have that much life left to catch up to you, to make it to your numbers. So God, just let you know, there's no way it's going to happen. But yeah, we need to. This is the time, guys, where we all need to. If you got something good going on, dude, bring everybody into it. Just, you know what? Because if we all start bringing each other into something great is going to happen.
Fix your mic.
Oh shit! You know what that means? It should be fine. It's not.
I heard you loud and clear that time when you said, "Oh shit."
Yeah. So we all need to get together, and it's time that we all, if we got good things going for us, bring people in, man. Bring them in. Get people involved in this. This is what we've got to do now. It's the only way that we need to show them the strength in numbers. You know, that was really awesome. What Mark did the other day, Ludwig. You know, we put it up on this channel. So if you guys missed his rally or seminar, I don't even know what you want to call it. His day full of people firing up CPS was really awesome. He had a lot of great people involved with him. Brian Lee was there with I forget the initials for his podcast, but he was there. It was really good. He did a great job putting that thing up. But see, like that's something I want to get over to Brian. I thought the way that their show was set up was great. Cool. I want to call up Brian and be like, Brian, how do we do this? Or can I, can you help us? Or can we help you? Or whatever. What do we do? Let's grow this thing. Let's get bigger. I like that better than what I'm doing. So, you know what? There's no shame in that. I'm not going to lose anything because I asked Brian to help me because I think what he has is better. There's no shame in that. Let's do that because now instead of 1, he's 20 with us, or instead of 20, we're 21 with him, like we're growing, and he's got numbers, we got numbers. So we all grow together, enough, like there's not a competition between advocates, or at least there shouldn't be. Like, what are you in a hurry for? What are you trying to prove? Who are you trying to be better than? The only person you should try to be better than is CPS. Yeah.
I don't compete with anybody. I'm not a competitive person. Unless you're a CPS worker, and then I'm going to challenge everything you know. But you also have to remember too, like when my kids came back, the 3 that I was able to raise,
right.
The 4th one I wasn't good enough to raise. I could raise 3, but not 4.
Clearly.
They're never the same.
Right.
My kids were in years. I'm talking years of therapy. They were angry. They were hurt. They still didn't understand because they were too young. And it will never be right. Okay. It doesn't matter. To this day, they talk about what happened to them. And it just, let's just say I'm glad I retired in 1995 because there's some people that I really want to go and have some talks with. But you have to be prepared for that too, right? Like the minute I knew my kids were coming home, I had a therapist set up, somebody I trusted outside of CPS. And then I told you that they tried to get me to pay all this child support when I had my youngest daughter. And I had a baby, 6-month-old baby right on my hip, marched my fat ass right up to CPS and told them, I asked for Carol. And she came in the room and I said, I'm going to tell you right now, you even think about taking her because you all want all this money out of me. I will blow a hole bigger than the Grand Canyon in your ass. And I meant that. And from that day on, I had no more problems with CPS till I moved up here. And then I had like cases because somebody was, oh, you work all the time. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You know what I'm saying? Just stupid little shit. But I stopped them. No, you're not coming on my property. You can stand in the middle of the road and talk to me. No. So you have to be prepared for that. But I also want, and the only thing I ask people to do, honestly, is once they learn the system, start advocating for other parents, right? Or if you don't want to do it, just let them know that I'm out there. That's all I want. That's all I've ever asked.
Yeah, I mean, and it does so much for you to be able to, and even if you can't help a person directly, I mean, just the feeling of knowing that you're part of a movement that's helping something is amazing. You know what I mean? Like, it's just every day feels good, even though it's a shitty job. It's not even a job, but it's a shitty situation to be in. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, there's no good days. There's not, I've yet to come across a day that I'm completely like, woohoo, I'm full of smiles and happiness. And then those days that are even close, I mean, that are almost good, they end up bad at the end. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, damn it, you know, like, it's just, it's really tough. It just beats your head on it. But at the end of the day, you know, you tried, you did something. You didn't sit at home and sulk and cry and eat bonbons and watch soap operas. You got up, you did something, you tried to fight for something, and you're not always going to win. You know, the best people that have achieved the best things in their lives had to lose too. So don't ever forget that. You know, if you want to accomplish something, you got to lose. You have to. You're not going to get any better.
And you know what? When we lose, right? And I do this, when we lose, I have to go back and see where we went wrong so that we can get it right the next time.
And that's what winners do. That's what winners do. They go in, they give it their best all. And if they didn't, they know, like you said, you examine, how did you mess up? How did you not win this? What could you have done differently? That way it doesn't happen again. And that's what winners do. That's it, you know? And that's when we all get together and start working that way. That's what we're all going to learn from each other. Is, oh, wow, Tiff, you do this way? Wow, I never thought of that. Holy shit, I could have won so much more if I would have done it that way. Or you know, vice versa.
A lot of people tell me that.
Yeah, we say it all the time.
Right? It goes back to, I should have had a VA.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's right in front of you, right? And you just can't see it until something messes up, and then you're like, oh my God, it was right in front of me the whole time. I've done that so many times, it's not even funny.
Oh, this really is. But I mean, how do you know, that's the way that you learn. That's the way that you that's where you figure things out. I mean, none of us knew. I mean, and how much about law did you know before you started this? You know what I mean? Like, how much did you know about I mean, I'd be willing to bet you if I had a bunch of money, which I don't, but I'd be willing to bet you if I did have a bunch of money that you are more knowledgeable than most of these attorneys that are out there right now in family court.
I have lawyers that try to
I would double down on that. Yeah.
They try to hire me. And I'm like, oh, we want to send you to paralegal school. And I'm like, no, you are trying to knock out your competition. That's what you're trying to do.
Yeah, that's fact.
Thank you, but no.
Yep.
One lawyer was like, Tiffany, you are so to the point and so cutthroat.
Yeah. That's an understatement.
I said, that's because I'm not putting up with anybody's bullshit. Yeah. I don't care who you are.
No, you definitely don't. That's for damn sure. Hold on a second. I'm just swinging over to this computer. No, you know, like, you don't. But you know what? You know when to take it on the chin too. You know?
Yes, I do.
And that's a big thing too about advocating. You know, like, you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. You know, you got to know that on some days you're going to come in there and you're going to beat their ass. You know, on other days you got to just expect that, just take it as a loss. You know, like, at what point is it time to cut it? You know, like, when is it okay to say, guys, I'm sorry, but I mean, how many cases have you worked? Because I I've worked some cases, but not through and through. To not, like I've never been in the courtroom with other families other than my own. I've never been hired on as like an advocate from start to finish. Have I done a lot of things with a lot of families, given them information, wrote them documents, things like that for educational purposes? Sure, I have. Know what happened in their outcomes? Did I play a role in their outcomes? Sure, I did. But there's also a lot that I haven't done like you. So what would you say is the most when was the worst experience you had as an advocate where you came in thinking that everything was good, where everything went from great to shit hit the fan? What's your worst story about that?
I think the worst thing was I had a parent lying right to my
Mm,
face,
big no.
right? And I was wondering why I didn't have any more of her
Yeah.
paperwork. And she was like, they just won't give it to me. They won't give it to me. So I go to the courthouse. Of course, they don't let me in because it's a juvenile case. This was years
Yeah.
ago, before I moved to Winchester. So this is over 20 years.
Neat.
And this bitch got arrested
At the courthouse?
because they had pictures of bruises and shit that she put on her kid with the belt. I
Yeah.
said, oh no, you just ruined my whole
Oh my God, no
reputation.
way. Really? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I was done. I was so mad. Let me tell you, we almost sat side by side in the jail cell because I wanted to beat her ass in handcuffs. Because I really don't. I mean, I yell at my grandkids, and I threaten to whoop their behinds when they don't listen or whatever. But to actually hurt a
Right.
child,
That's a
I
whole
have
different
never,
story.
ever hurt a child.
Right. No, I know that.
Oh, yeah. I think that was my worst
Mm.
one. Oh, it was bad. Oh, I was so mad. Boy, I'm going to tell just me talking about it again. Oh my God, I'm so mad about it all over again.
That's one of the things that I think a lot of people don't think about is when they lie to their advocate. That's like a number one no-no. You know what I mean? Like that's like, do not ever do that because, these are the people that are out there putting their necks out for you. And, it's don't lie. Don't lie to these people. You know what I mean? Like you can't, there's people in your life that you don't lie to. You don't lie to your doctor. You don't lie to your lawyer. There are people because, well, I guess your lawyer you do, but to your advocate you don't. So I never realized the lawyers were as bad as they are. But like these people are putting in time day in and day out, and if you're gonna just go ahead and throw them over, like take their work and their time with you, because most advocates aren't even getting paid. They're volunteering their time. And good for them if they can afford to do that. That's great. I'm glad that they do. And that's the other thing too about advocates. Like you don't know. Some charge, some don't. And it's not because they're not short of deserving the money, getting paid. A lot of people I think just have a heavy heart for this stuff, and they want to volunteer their time, and they want to make sure it's not about it's not about the money so much as it is about making sure that this never happens for another kid to another family. But you know what, if they have to charge you, then they have to charge you. However, that doesn't mean take advantage of, that doesn't mean steal from you, that doesn't mean any of those things, because advocates, they're out there and they're doing that, and it's okay to pay an advocate to do work for you, but just pay attention, because there's going to be a lot of people out there that are going to try to scam you. Like there's going to be a lot of people out there that, just like anything though, it's just like anything, except for the unfortunate part is there's nothing that ties an advocate to like a piece of professionalism, like the Better Business Bureau or the bar, or like these things. There's nothing that holds them up. So it's pretty much their word. So make sure like when you're going for an advocate, like make sure that they're trustworthy. Like call around, find out who else if they can't tell you who else they've worked for, probably a good chance that you don't want to if they can't give you any references, you might want to stay away from that. If they're trying to at least get money, I would say, even if they don't have anybody knows anybody in this business or in this industry, I don't even know what you call this group. It's not really an industry or a business, but if they don't know anybody in this thing called and abolish CPS, then that might be a good indicator that you don't want to. Because all of us are 10 degrees or 3 degrees of separation. We all know somebody on this coast to the west coast, the East Coast to the West Coast. We all know some bigger name advocate than some. Like everybody will actually know Vince Davis or Mark Ludwig, or like there's a bunch of these guys that are, Dallas. Like there's a bunch. These bigger name Pete Tiffany, that know these people. And if these people don't know these people, then you might want to keep shopping for an advocate. So those are a lot of things to think about. And I'm sure that if we could get one to just come in and speak their stories, they'd probably agree with that. And that's saying this. Look, if your advocate isn't charging you, it shouldn't be too offending to them if you maybe kind of looked at them and were like, hey, here's a couple bucks, go get yourself something to eat and some gas in your car. You're not going to offend them. Because I know some people, if they say they don't want the money, they'd be offended by it. But I think most of the ones that I know wouldn't be offended if you, maybe toss them a little something, even though they say that they're not charging. That's my opinion, only for educational purposes. Yeah.
Yeah, just don't lie to them.
Back at the lying thing.
Because people like me, I will drop your ass like a bad habit. You know what? I'm telling you now, I will drop you.
Yep, going down. I
don't play that. I mean, you have to be honest with me. They don't know that you're working with me, so I'll never be called to testify. And even if I did, I would take the fifth.
Yep.
But yeah.
Not only are they destroying your image, but they're destroying your
everything I work for.
Exactly.
So before I started advocating against CPS, I was teaching people their rights, right? Because my dad taught me and my sister. So then when all that bullshit happened to me and my kids, I'm like, now how can I apply this to CPS? So then, computers were, you had to be rich to own one.
Yeah, I remember them. They were the size of your house. Commodore 64.
Right. Yeah. I would have to go to the law library.
Yeah, that was like the Empire State Building. One computer.
And then I had to start looking for cases dealing with the welfare system, right? And that was hard.
Tiff.
So thank God for the internet.
Classic Mommy wants to know, are you for hire?
I don't take any payment, but I can help. If I can help you. And that's something else I tell parents, right? Because I should be the first call you make. Not right in the middle of a case, not right at the end of a case. I don't do TPRs at all. I wouldn't even know where to start. But yeah, I'm the chick you want at the front door. I'll be the, Rottweiler, Pitbull, whatever you want. And if you're local, I'll go to CPS with you. But ruining my reputation, that's not going to happen. I won't let anybody ruin my reputation or my character, because I am who I am. I know what I've been through. I know everything I know because I started a long time ago. But I also pay attention too, right? I used to go to the courthouse and look at the different lawyers and see their demeanors and who was for real and who wasn't doing anything. And then I got to know my judges. You just got to do a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But now Adrian is teaching me federal law, so
that's funny.
I guess I'm going into that too.
So that's funny because John just said, say hello to Bane, Vinny, and to Obsidian. John, I don't know where Bane is. We've tried to reach out to him. Not sure where Bane is. I hope he's okay. I know that he had moved away. He had moved away, right? The last time we talked to him?
I don't know what's going on with him.
Vinny is still at the hotel, and She was just telling you about Obsidian. So we'll definitely let them know hello for sure. But Obsidian's still out there. He's firing away at all cylinders. He's just I think he's coming back. We had a little confusion there through the month of May. It was a little hairy. So we're just trying to get back still, and we're starting to become, unwinded from that. So you'll see him back on the shows. Classic Mommy says, let's call this thing a movement. And let's see.
But I don't just do CPS, right? I'm learning about child support too. But I also help people get their rights restored. And everything that I do, I've done on my own. I help people get their gun rights back because don't hire a lawyer. It's so easy, you can just do it yourself. I didn't hire a lawyer, and I got my rights back and my gun rights back. So I do a lot of stuff.
Can you read that one? It says, Classic Mommy says, just want to get educated on how to advocate better. Our case should end tomorrow. We are honest parents who do not abuse or neglect children looking to help others. Classic Mommy, you end tomorrow, huh? Cross our fingers.
Once your case is over, then we'll talk, because Darren and we're going to have to put a webinar together for this fall. We were supposed to do it last year, but everything got sidetracked. We're working on a lot of things though, guys. I mean, we're trying to get a 501 whatever nonprofit going. We're doing a lot of stuff. But I always tell people too, don't advocate during your case. If you can help it, don't help anybody else while you're going through your own case. Don't do it.
Yeah, for multiple reasons.
Multiple reasons. The consequences are not going to be good.
They're not going to like it if you show up in that courtroom on behalf of other people and start barking out about how bad they are. Because you still got grass on the field. You know what I mean? Like you got playing the game, and at any given point they can turn you and tear you up if they want to and do some nasty things. You could be right there at the finish line and think that it's great, and because you speak out against them, all of a sudden they just come through and they just give you a whoop ass that you never saw coming. That's an awful thing. I mean, they did that to me. I mean, I didn't shut up, but I mean, as soon as I started doing the podcast, that was it. They took my visits away. They took everything away. We went right to TPR. And I got criminal charges against me. Made up allegations of shit that they came up with, and threatening caseworkers and the whole freaking nine. And that was it. But it meant too much for me if I shut up, I knew that they're not gonna, if CPS takes it from you, they're not giving it back. That's if they do, good for you. Good for you. You're one in a million. Expect the worst, look for the best. What is it? Expect the worst,
expect the worst, but hope for the best.
Yeah, okay. But you all know what we're saying with that, because you need to, because that's the way it could go with them. I mean, they could just, they're your best friend and they tear your heart out right in the same sitting. They're evil entities. So yeah, there is repercussion. Look at Vinny, look at me. I mean, granted, I'm in a case still, but I'm in the special section now. I'm in the special victims unit, because the things that I do are being, they're things that haven't been done yet, or, experimental, call it Darren Ultra. The things that I do, MD Ultra is what we'll call the things that I try to pull off in the court cases. If you're a victim of MD Ultra, don't worry, it'll be okay.
You are killing me tonight.
Yes, ma'am.
Also,
yes, Jen, thank you. Jen said it. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst, John says. Yes, sir. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst, Classic Mommy says. Survey says, hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
I do that every time I go to court. I take somebody with me. I give them my car keys. I give them my phone. I give them everything just in case I go to jail. This is my password to my phone.
You never know what side of the law is going to come in for you. That's for damn sure.
And that's why I'm always prepared. I'm always prepared to go to jail when I go to court because I get real disrespectful and I just forget where I'm at because you're the same as me.
Yeah.
I don't care if you wear a black robe.
I'll tell you what. I would not be so much to be surprised if one day some guys in black helmets and suits come tackling through that flag of yours behind you. I wouldn't be like, oh, they'd be like this. They'd be like, they'll come through and all you'll see on the screen is a bunch of these. Miss Wise, come with us, please. Come with us, Miss Wise.
Well, they better have a warrant when they kick that door in.
Yeah. Yes, they might. They might want to have that. Otherwise, it's injury. No good.
Yeah. And I'm not going anywhere.
No, I wouldn't blame you. I guess I'm just saying this is if you're going to do it, you're going to flex your muscle with these people, be prepared for your consequences. That's all. I tried to tell the judge in Georgia I wanted them arrested. Well, I did it. I probably will never do that again, but I did it. We'll just leave it with that. But I did it. So if you feel like it,
No, you did.
if it's in your gut and you feel it and you want to do it, then do it. You're damn right. Look at this is the fight of your life. It's the fight of other people's lives. This is for your freaking child. If you feel it.
But we also have the right to do citizens arrest. It doesn't matter who it's on.
Yeah, well, we don't get the same treatment. I know we have the right. We got to come back. We got to start using these rights, people. We need to start. Don't talk about it. Let's be about it. And people need to follow suit with us. It's time. We have the right to be free people in this country. And stand and defend a country that we believe in and that we will fight for. You feel confident fighting for. Barbara Ann, what's up?
We live by two things. Do no harm and destroy no property. That's it. Those are the only two laws of nature that we really live by.
Yes, they do. I'll say it again. The Bible said it. Don't look to the animal. Don't look to the book for the learning to the animals. They'll teach us everything. Go ahead and take a baby. A chickadee. Like those eggs though that you get at Easter time. The ones that are filled with like a Whopper kind of. I always thought those came from chickadees, but they don't. They come from the candy factory.
Oh,
Boy, wasn't I not impressed the first time I grabbed a handful of chickadee eggs and thought I was going to get a mouthful of Whopper. It wasn't at all. It's terrible. So, not to mention the chickadee was pecking me while I ate the thing.
Oh my God.
It was awful. I learned quick though after that. Don't take all the eggs from one basket.
Yeah.
Whew. Man, I'm learning. But, well, I guess no one wanted to join us tonight, Tiff.
That's all right. Tomorrow.
Yes, patriotism. How we doing?
Tomorrow we'll have a guest on. I have to get with her. She'll be on Vince Davis tonight.
Yeah. Mr. Davis, he's live tonight, so make sure you guys check him out on his platform. He was my other dad for a little while. He's a great dude. He's a great lawyer. And, people might complain and bitch, say he's a little bit expensive, but hey, you get what you pay for that. And, it is what it is. So when you go into that situation with Mr. Davis, his track record proves what he is. His numbers are very high, but do you want your kid back or don't you? He's pretty much almost a guarantee. I say almost. So, what you spend with him is going to be a hell of a lot more than you'll ever spend in your life on much. But if you got it and you need it, I would suggest to use it with him. So that's all I'll say.
And that's another reason why I don't charge parents. I don't want you to waste your money on me. I want you to find a lawyer if I can't help you. Or if you're just going to crumble like a cookie in the courtroom, I'll do all the legwork. This is how I hire my attorneys. I'll do the legwork. You just go in there and argue because I'm going to end up in jail.
Right. Be right next to me. Please
Yeah.
pay for the bail when I go out. Oh, Brooke, where did you just come from? I've been trying to get a hold of you, Brooke. Did you see yesterday in Florida, a child ring was brought down? A judge from Cook County, Illinois, the next county over, was arrested in it. No way, Barbara Ann, really? Man, what is it with Florida? Florida, so that was Florida, huh? Let's see, judge from Cook County. Let's check that out real quick here. I'll tell you what, these judges.
It's got water. It's got water, so it's got a port. It doesn't surprise me.
Well, on 3 sides it has water. So yeah, everyone's trying to. Did you realize that Bermuda was not like off the shore coast of North Carolina?
No.
Me neither. All right, Cook County judge.
A lot of federal judges are being impeached.
Is that the way to get that? Is that the way to do that? Is impeach them?
Well, there's a couple ways to have a judge removed from the bench. Impeachment is one of them. But yeah, the Bondi chick, she's not playing with these judges. She's starting to impeach a couple of them.
Yep. Right. Oh, hold on. Hey, Bree, hold on. But yeah, Cook County, that was my daughter. She just popped in. Had to yell. That's the one that I did get to be able to have. Let's see, Cook County judge. Let's see what it says about them. Oh, that's the wrong thing. I had too much in here now, which is crazy. Let's see, Cook County judge. I find myself often writing on the wrong computer. I'll get like 2 paragraphs in. And I'm like, oh, geez, wrong damn thing. It's writing nothing. Like my microphone. Cook County judge arrested. Yeah. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and all that good stuff, because I was up for the opportunity to try to reapply for monetizing. So pray for that, guys, please. That was a big thing coming into this that I was trying to. Oh yeah, look at. Oh wow, oh, that's the old one. Boy, Cook County judges get arrested a lot. Holy smokes. Judge Daniel Peters was arrested for soliciting a prostitute. This was in 2022. Cook County judge charged with domestic battery and made her court. Cook County judge charged with domestic battery. Retired Cook County judge arrested in Florida. 4th Sub-Circuit Special Assistant for Legal Affairs. Carl Boyd arrested on domestic battery. Jesus Christ.
They have the nerve to talk about parents.
Yeah, they sure do.
I'm going to use my son's word. The audacity.
Yes. Arrested. He requested, and that's 2022 again. Suburban Cook County was of 108. A retired judge from Suburban Cook County was one of the 100. Large undercover operation is. Oh, here it is. Okay, let's see here. No, that's 2022 too. A retired judge from Suburban Cook County was one of 108 people arrested in a large undercover operation in Central Florida, targeting human traffickers, child predators, and prostitution.
Wow.
I mean, granted, it's 3 years ago, but keep up the good fight. Florida's crazy. I'll look into that too, guys, because I would really like to hear more on that. I think tonight we're gonna start CPS victims hunting justice coming back on. So after Beauty from Ashes. We're going to come back out tonight, and doing a little bit different now, but make sure you guys check out the show. Stay around for that. Stay around for Sharon's show next, and then come back for some more of the CPS Punisher tonight on the CPS Victims Hunting Justice. But all right. 15% of the courts to impeach, right? I send you the link, Tiff. Okay. Oh, she said she sent you the link. Yeah, Brooke, I will get a hold of you right after this show, okay? Barbara Ann says she sent Chris the story. Yes. Oh, Daniel Peters, Barbara Ann says. Okay, so I'm going to bring that story up tonight when we go on CPS Victims Hunting Justice. So now,
So Darren,
yes, Tiff. Yep, I got to email you your stuff. I'm going to do it. It's right on. It's ready to fire. I promise you this, okay? You will have it.
and we'll have a guest on tomorrow.
Yeah, we sure will. Maybe Brooke will come on tomorrow too. That'd be nice.
Cool.
I haven't seen Brooke in a long time. She should come in and give us an update. So,
Cool.
All right. Well, Tiff, I know you'll be asleep, so you won't be catching the CPS Victims Hunting Justice, but we'll catch you tomorrow anyway. Same time, same place. Have a good night, everybody. Stay tuned for Sharon coming out being Beauty and Action. We're out of here.
They won't back down. Screaming out loud in every town. Stand against the system that's gone insane. Fighting like lions, don't feel no pain. Abolish CPS, their rally cry. No kids for cash, we won't comply. Make parenting great, let's take a stand. Tiff and the Punisher, hand in hand. Voices heard, don't tread on me. Taking back rights, we will be free. Constitution in our veins, breaking these chains and claiming gains. Abolish CPS, their rally cry. No kids for cash, we won't comply. Make parenting great, let's take a stand. Tiff and the Punisher, hand in hand. CPS stealing kids, they gotta go. Fight the good fight, let everybody know. We'll raise our fists and say aloud, no more silence, join the crowd. Abolish CPS, their rally cry. No kids for cash, we won't comply. Make parenting great, let's take a stand. Tiff and the Punisher, hand in hand. Abolish CPS, their rally cry. No kids for cash, we won't comply. Make parenting great, let's take a stand. Tiff and the Punisher, hand in hand. Tiff and the Punisher, they won't back down. Fight for the children in every town. With Spanny Eye, they take the stand. Against the wrong, they'll lend a hand.